Yeah, I did. I'm the champion. I keep telling you. My name is Ultra MJ. I will be your co-host / host, and I'm here with Casey, my host / co-host. I guess I should have been the host.
No, I'm the host.
Being that I'm the champion and everything.
If that's the title you want to give yourself, then that's fine.
Yeah, I earned it though.
What's up? You didn't earn shit. Okay.
I feel like I did.
Anyway, you really didn't.
So what's been up? What have you been playing lately? Let's just get right into it.
You don't want to introduce the podcast first, fam?
Introduce the pod. This is episode 2. Everyone watching this.
First
the
of all,
millions of viewers we have watching.
First of all,
exactly what this is.
First of all,
this is more important than the Oscars.
I am
This
Casey.
is more important than the aliens landing. This is more important than the birth of my child. This is the most important thing that's ever happened.
Let me introduce you. Let me properly introduce you, son.
Okay.
This is MJ. He also goes by Ultra MJ, and I am KC. I also go by other monikers such as Cynical KC or SweepKick KC, but preferably KC. Welcome to SweepKick Podcast, episode 2.
I don't know, man. I like mine better. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay. Anyway, so hopefully everybody's having a good night. To our 2 viewers that pop up right now.
You bud, use the shit.
Hopefully other people show up too. But no, all right,
Doesn't
people.
matter. This will be up on YouTube and SoundCloud and Spotify. We got a exclusivity deal with Spotify, so don't tell them about YouTube and SoundCloud. Where else are we? We're on NPR at like 4:48 in the morning, and yeah, we're pretty much known everywhere.
Yeah, we're known everywhere.
SweepKick Gaming. That's what it's about.
SweepKick Gaming. So hopefully all you guys are having a good day, and hopefully you had a good weekend. We're gonna get right into it. This is our second episode for the year 2018. I'm about to say 16. 2018.
Wow.
Wow. I know. I don't know why. 06. Yeah, guys, we're gonna do this every month at the end of the month. So just get used to it.
We'll move to every other week slowly, and then weekly slowly, and then by then we'll probably get a third person.
We don't set that expectation. What the fuck, third person?
We need a check.
No. Anyway, guys. Yeah, we're gonna go right into our podcast. You can also check this podcast out on YouTube, and we're also on SoundCloud. Check the links below. We got the links down to our channel. So MJ, the first topic. I know you said that. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So there we go. Let's get in the first topic. It's actually not even the first topic. Just what have you been up to? What have you been playing? What's been going on in the life of the SweepKick KC that we don't know outside of Twitch? What have you been up to?
I have been up to a lot as far as game wise. I've been playing a lot of Warframe. Of course, you know that. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, some Siege here and there. And,
yeah, I tried to get back on Siege.
Yeah. After they did the update with the Chimera update, so
not zombies.
The not zombies.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. We've been active playing a lot of video games and streaming. I just haven't been able to record them, but I've been definitely playing a lot of video games.
OBS was broken.
Yeah, OBS was definitely broken,
and they fixed it and didn't explain why. Didn't even say they were broken.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a new update. It works now. Thanks, OBS.
Yeah, thanks OBS.
It's free,
but other than that, you know, I really just kind of been no life in Warframe. I know it's a game from back in 2014 or 13 at that, but they done a lot of updates. We're gonna actually get into that topic later on down the line about Warframe and how that fits. But yeah, other than that, that's what I've been playing. MJ, what you been up to, man? What games have you been playing?
I have been playing a turn-based strategy game called Into the Breach. Have you played XCOM?
I played 1 to 2 minutes of XCOM and put it down.
Okay, well, I've only played about 100 hours of XCOM and XCOM 2 combined. But I'm not here to brag, even though I am the champion. Into the Breach is pretty much a turn-based strategy game where everyone is on tiles, and I want to say it's Pacific Rim-ish, but at the same time I don't. The first few levels are you have it. I don't know the story. There's a time traveler and all that. You're a time traveler, and that's kind of like your save files. You have different timelines that you need to save from the. And there's an alien invasion, of course. They're all giant bugs, I haven't gotten that far. There are flying bugs, there are grounded bugs. There's probably some other ones I haven't gotten to yet. There are little spaceships that come down and buff the bugs. There are also, and where am I at? And you also are, you're time travelers, what they call, like the pilots or the people you play as. You have a mech, you have a tank, and you have like a giant moving sentry. I haven't really gotten far. I've only played for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. But so far, I'm having fun.
You having fun?
It seems cool.
What about the other games? You've been playing a lot of Warframe too. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to include Warframe?
I've been playing too much Warframe, actually.
Warframe is not a game; it's life.
Yeah, too much Warframe.
It is a life.
I think I'm scraping 200 hours on
200 hours?
I think I'm scraping 200 hours on Warframe.
Jesus Christ. I
started in when did I start? January? And just like everyone else, I played it for one time years ago and said, what the fuck is going on? I have no idea. Then I just started playing recently and I said, oh, it something clicked and it just made me want to play it over and over again. And I was like, oh my God, this is actually really fun. So ever since then, I say it was either mid-January or beginning of February. So far, I have, exactly 208 hours.
How did you average 208 hours? I haven't even...
No life.
God
I work
damn.
4 days a week and then I'm off 3. So that equals a lot of free time to waste time killing Grineer. Grineer are the enemies of Warframe. So I've been playing. Yeah.
So if you haven't picked up Warframe, definitely do so. It's a free-to-play game. A lot of microtransactions, but a lot of it is cosmetic. Some I wouldn't even necessarily say.
A lot of it's not cosmetic. A lot of it is.
I was just about to get there. Some of it is. I don't want to say. We're not going to say. We'll say 50-50. Some cosmetic, some to buy weapons or whatever. It's still fun. It's fun as all hell. Space Ninjas. That's all you need to know. I think we promoted the shit out of that game a lot. Edge podcast. And yeah, I wish they would make it cross progression because I don't.
Dude, I would pay real money.
I would pay them
cross progression.
I would pay them 2 times what I've already put into the game.
Let your account persist between platforms. I will pay you. DE, I will pay you. I know you're listening because we're partnered. We're everywhere. They're going to replay this podcast on CNN, so I know you'll see us. And oh my God, that would be amazing. That way I can just swap between. That's what's keeping me from playing it on PS4. I put 200 hours on PC. I'm not going to PlayStation 4 and starting all over with a new Warframe.
Exactly. Nobody wants to do that. That's too much grinding time. And like, if I'm gonna put $200 into a game, which I'm probably sure I'm north of $200 into it, I'm not gonna start from scratch again. That's not happening ever again. I'm not a teenager anymore. I don't have free time. So yeah. Well, so
DE, find another way to steal our money.
Yes, please. I gladly give you my debit card on file. Not my credit card, because fuck right off, because you're not touching my credit card.
Oh, man. Fucking Capital One just raised credit limit by like $250.
Now you're talking old shit. You talking
out of nowhere.
Talking old people.
They keep raising my shit every few months, and it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, that's why I go with a credit union. I don't have to worry about all that.
It's like, stop.
Yeah, Capital One and who is that? It's Capital One and somebody else. It's like give you the worst credit like APRs. I'm like 22%. Are you serious? That's no.
I don't know anything about APR and stuff. I just you have a credit limit and you can buy shit, and as long as you pay it back, it's fine, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I know. That's all I need. Moving on. What else we've been doing? So Fortnite. It's everywhere. It's in way too many places. It's on your phone. It's on your computer. You minimize Excel. It's right there. It's on your PlayStation. When you're done buying, subscriptions for your PlayStation Plus and your Xbox Lives, it's there. You turn on your calculator. It's probably there too. It's everywhere, unfortunately. So that obviously stemmed from somewhere, which is PUBG.
PUBG, yes.
Fortnite practically perfectly ripped off PUBG. At the same time, didn't rip off PUBG. So they pretty much just said, you know, oh, hey, they're being successful and no one's playing vanilla Fortnite. So let's make something that people actually want to play. Oh, okay.
I know. It kind of sucks, though. But, I mean, PUBG, I was an early adapter to PUBG. I bought PUBG from, like, the moment that I seen the game, which was back in, like, last year of, I don't want to say either March or, it had to be March, the end of March. And I picked PUBG up and I never stopped playing because I love the game. I love the rawness of it. And I was just like, it's kind of addicting almost. Where I put like at least 100 hours in from the jump. But I always was like, this game is way too fun. And then they kind of shat on it once it got popular. It's the trend of everything. Anytime something gets popular, there's always going to be a downward trend of the game getting shattered on by, you know, the popularity of it or the nicheness of it too.
I think it did pretty good.
It definitely made its money. Bluehole definitely made its money back. You're
talking about PUBG. I thought you were talking about Fortnite.
No, PUBG made its money in full where they got a console release, which I still think is stupid. But
yeah, but I feel like the jank of PUBG is kind of what makes it so fun. Because it's not as polished as Fortnite. You know, Fortnite's not the most polished game ever. It's just that you come to kind of get used to the jank in PUBG. Because you know something's gonna break, someone's gonna teleport a map. Your shots aren't always gonna land. The shit probably won't even load 2/3 of the time, and you kind of come to expect that.
Yeah,
and that's kind of, I don't want to say it gives it its charm, but you know
that was the roughness of it though. That was the entire, like, PUBG started off rough, and I think Fortnite just kind of, because you gotta look at it like this.
Still rough.
It's still rough, but I'm saying for Fortnite is a well polished. It's not like super well graphical demanding. It's like it's really well polished and. It does what it needs. It's cartoony. It's cartoony as hell.
Art style is a lot easier to probably get used to.
Yeah, the graphical fidelity is nothing like, oh, you're super amazed. But Fortnite does it way better. And, you know, its success is really showing, even on mobile. Like, I don't know the numbers on mobile, but, like, I can remember they were saying that it was ridiculous how the player count jumped for
I believe
Fortnite. So... Battle Royale, the whole point of this topic is talking about Battle Royale and Battle Royale games as a trend. You're starting to see a lot of games starting to take on that trend of saying, hey, we got a Battle Royale mode too, like Paladins. It's kind of a knockoff of Overwatch, but it's not. It's kind of sort of is, but Paladins has a Battle Royale. Was it Dead by Daylight is about to bring in a Battle Royale. Who else has a Battle Royale mode that's about to bring one in?
Dying Light has one. You know, I was gonna segue into it. I'm the champion, but whatever. Yeah, so Dying Light has one, which is kind of like they drop everyone on the map, and then you have to collect like DNA samples from the zombie, and then after you get, I think it's 8 samples, you have to make it to extraction. And the problem is only one person can extract. So you're pretty much fighting the zombies, and you're making sure the people that are in the server with you don't extract before you do. So that's where the Battle Royale thing kind of comes into play, where you can kill the other person and take their samples, or you could just wait for them and try to extract and then kill them. And I guess that's the same thing.
Well, I guess it's the same thing. It kind of doesn't sound it, but
when they first announced it, it was more of a, we're doing Battle Royale. Oh, yeah, because you can definitely get 100 people, in one match for Dying Light and play something like that. That didn't seem fun at first, but they did it in an interesting way. I haven't tried it out yet. I probably will at some point, but all right.
You know what? I'm just waiting for Ubisoft to put out their version of Battle Royale, because it's going to happen whether we like it or not.
What game would they do it in, though?
Siege, of course. Siege.
How would you do? You don't even have 100 operators. Siege.
But you don't need 100 operators to do a Battle Royale style. I mean,
you can get the unique
man, you can run the operators that you already have. Just have different weapons. There's like tons of different weapons. If not Siege, then it'll be one of those one-off.
Yeah, I don't think Siege really works because the tacticality. If that's not a word, I just made it up. I'm the champion. The tacticality of the game doesn't really. I don't know. It doesn't really fit the lone wolf mold, I should say.
I mean, but you can always stray away from that kind of lone wolf mode. I mean, they did it with zombie mode well, zombie mode you still have the the tactics in play, with the operators that they do let you have.
Yeah, that's a limited time event though.
Yeah,
I don't think people are gonna be itching for more. Definitely not zombies.
No, of course
they go away.
I mean, I think the zombie mode was. I mean, that was another trend. You see how everybody, some of the developers were putting in zombie mode, like Call of Duty kind of like raped that kind of concept. But zombie mode at one point was like the bee's knees of the gaming community. If your game didn't have zombie mode in it, you weren't talking about anything. And hell, even Fortnite sort of had their own little zombie mode. Well, their game, when it first was announced or released,
it was based around that shit. It was
based around it.
Yeah, Horde mode used to be fun as hell.
Yeah, so I think I think we're seeing a lot of trends. What's hot in gaming right now is the battle royale, which honestly stemmed from what H1Z1 or what was it, Arc, which basically gave birth to Player Underground or PUBG. I'm gonna say PUBG. It gave birth
to DayZ and H1Z1s.
Yeah,
pretty much one branched off from the other, and everyone was like, my own thing.
Yeah,
and then we got PUBG, which took off like crazy.
Yeah. So
it's funny, H1Z1 just went free to play too.
I know. Which I gotta download that shit.
Playing it.
I'm gonna download it and just play it for the the shits and giggles. But I mean, the battle royale games. Let's see how far or how long this trend keeps going in the gaming industry as far as it being bankable. I think it's definitely, when done right, as you see Fortnite, they done it. They got the formula. They're doing it right. But at some point, it's going to get kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Inaccessible.
Not even accessible. It's going to get like oversaturated with a lot of these battle royale games. I mean, now you can play all these games on mobile, which to me is crazy because I actually was looking at a playthrough on a mobile phone. And I'm like, damn, this is not that bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I had no idea how they did it until I downloaded. It's fun as hell. PUBG on mobile is fun as hell, and it's just as tense too.
Exactly.
But I want to swing back over to what I just said about the accessibility. I think that's where Fortnite really just stomps all over PUBG in terms of just the barrier of entry. There almost is none. But you do have your high level Fortnite play because you have the wall building, the stairs. You just have your construction and everything like that. Versus PUBG is just like survive.
Yeah, I think there's more versatility to Fortnite than it would be PUBG. So yeah. I like Fortnite a lot because it's not slow pace. PUBG is slow pace. Fortnite is like you jump right in, you get kills, you get killed, you get right back to the lobby and you do the same thing. And then also there's a Minecraft aspect to it where you're building stuff as to protect yourself, and also to run a run a squad and have your fortress built, like whatever. So that's how it goes. That's what we want to do as far as our games like to be versatile. But yeah, I like Fortnite. I definitely like Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. It's fun. For me personally, I don't like Fortnite by myself. I have to have a squad when I play it, but when I play PUBG, I can just go in there solo, even though I'm probably gonna die and not get my chicken dinner. I still have fun, but yeah. I also wanted I also wish Epic would make it a little easier to play stuff. I'm not really sure. I know it can be done, but I wish it was just easier for just crossplay in general. I guess.
Right.
To just be like, hey, yeah, hey, let's all get online. Where are you at? Oh, I'm on PC. Where are you at? Oh, I'm on Nintendo 64 or whatever the fuck people play this game on.
Now, remember, they did actually accidentally turn it on Fortnite when
yeah, so it can definitely be done. Yeah. And the fact that you're going through Epic services and not like a Sony or Microsoft service or Xbox Live or PSN or whatever. shows that it can be done easy. It can easily be done, but it's once again just Sony just being like, nah, for whatever reason they have. But
I don't know what's Sony's issue with like sharing a platform. I never understood it, and I understand that Sony as a company, you know, as far as their exclusives are, you know, they're great. You can't deny that they have great exclusives. If anything, they can survive off of their exclusives. But that being said, crossplay I think would definitely give more length to, you know, the servers or the life of a game, as opposed to just it being, you know, stuck to one console or one platform. People will play a lot more. You see how backwards compatibility on Xbox One, people are still like, for prime example, I jumped on what was it, Battlefield 3. People are still playing Battlefield 3 on Xbox with the backwards compatibility. That's
you don't have to pull out your old system. You can just throw in your current one and say, here, play this. You can still play this game, and the argument some people make is that Sony's in the lead and Sony has no reason to enable crossplay. And while I kind of understand that, it's kind of like, if it comes down to it, and it's like, say my brother, he's overseas, he's in the military, he's overseas. If I can play a game with him on that has crossplay, like if I can get on my PC, he can get on Xbox, versus me just us both have to get on PlayStation. I gotta buy a PlayStation Plus sub. I'm just gonna be like, hey, you already have an Xbox, I have a PC, why don't we just do this? And it might get to a point where Sony is pressured to just allow crossplay, because if with the Play Anywhere initiative and Microsoft being so open to cross-platform play, it could just deter sales from Sony's pocket into Microsoft.
No, definitely.
And I'm sure Sony doesn't want that. I'm 100% they're aware of that, but you can also make that argument, and then you can also say that it might be a security issue. I mean, right now the big thing is that Sea of Thieves is Play Anywhere on,
and the
on
pirates
the Xbox
are
platform.
Having fun. The PC
literally the pirates are having fun, and the I guess they aren't technically pirates, because I don't know how you pirate a Windows Store game, but yeah, the hackers on PC are fucking the game up for the Xbox player.
Trust me, if it's on PC, there's a way to hack it. So.
Yeah, and sadly, it's just like, you know, a few bad apples spoil the bunch, and it's shit like this that happens that gives PC players a bad name, that has the console players going, this is exactly why we don't need it. We have the option to toggle it off, or just like, yeah, not do crossplay if we don't want to. And it's kind of like, oh, well, like everything being all inclusive would be better, but when you see things like this happening, just people ruining the fun for everyone, it's kind of like, yeah, I see your point. I really wish there weren't assholes like that.
No, I definitely agree with you. I mean, to like piggyback off what you're saying, that it's a lot of the reasons why games don't get ported to PC right away. A lot of the times the developer will wait, or the publisher will wait until the game is made its course and port it over to PC. They don't want to put it on PC because they're like, if it's just gonna get pirated, what's the point? And to Microsoft and to Sony's defense, okay, understandably, you don't want your money being ciphered out of one place to another. If you wanna profit off of max profitability off of whatever you can get. So I understand that, but when you see how the player base with Microsoft and just, I mean, even Steam, how those two communities, I'm not even sure if there is a game between Microsoft and Steam. Well, KI, Killer Instinct just became on Steam, but now you can play online with both console and PC, which it keeps the community living. It keeps the life of the community living. Not even KI, Gears of War 4. That game.
Yeah, Microsoft said they're going to do with all the first party games. That's huge. That's huge. Like, they say that all their first party games are going to be Play Anywhere, and they're going to be on Game Pass. Game Pass is, but just the fact that they're so willing to push this cross-platform, cross-play initiative, that they're making all their heavy hitters available on PC and Xbox at the same time, that's big. You can say that the architecture between Windows 10 and the current generation of Xbox is similar enough to do that, but that's still kind of two different ways you got to program the game.
It is.
I personally, I think that's it's and it works. Like whenever, if my PC's having issues, I'll just jump on or if I want to play Gears, if me and my wife want to go play Gears online, she can just have the Xbox in the living room. She can go on her Xbox Live because I already paid for it. It's on the console, and I can sit on my PC, and we can both play together. We can both be in the same party and play together.
Yeah, it's all about accessibility. I think Xbox. And I always name drop Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer gets it from a gamer standpoint. He gets it. He understands that the more accessible a game is to somebody or to groups of people for them to play and to have access to, the more that they want to play it, because it's a lot easier. They don't have to worry about things like if one person has a pass for online multiplayer, or you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. You can, if one person has multiplayer or X Gold or PlayStation Plus, the other person just get on the PC and be like, you know what, I'm not paying for it. I can just play on this. And Microsoft said, you know what, we're not going to make you have Gold if you're playing it online, which they get it. But again, it's capitalism. It's you got to make money at the end of the day. So I understand on both sides. I understand where Sony is coming from as far as saying, hey, we don't care about crossplay. We're going to only do our thing because we've been making money. And Sony, unfortunately, the numbers don't lie. Sony has been the number one selling console for over a decade. And that's kind of that's just what it is. Their consoles have been selling number one for over a decade. What can you say to that? Their games, their exclusive games blow shit out of the water. So there's no really contesting what Sony's doing, but you're saying that, hey, you're kind of cutting off your player base. You're building an ecosystem to where you can't really have more players come in and have the longevity of other games that live for a long time. It's like once that game dies after a 5-year period, or not even die, once the game simmers down after a 5-year period, the servers just go down. And I think Phil Spencer is like, hey, listen, we can still make money off of these games. You see what they're doing currently? They're selling Black Ops 4, not Black Ops 4. Is it Black Ops 4 or Modern Warfare 4? One of those games they're still selling.
Backwards compatibility.
And
Modern Warfare, the first one just went on back yesterday. You
yes,
can pick that up for $5 from GameStop and play. That has to be 10 years old.
It's 10 years old.
That has to be 10 years old.
But they're still letting you can buy it off Games of Gold for $15 for the 360 version. But seeing that lets you know, hey, you can still re-roll money that for old games.
It's November 5th, 2007. Game is just is 10 and a half years old.
Yeah. So
you can play that on current gen hardware. Yeah.
So,
but you know what I was thinking about the other day? Before we go on to our next topic, in the future, there's going to be one console. It's going to be like $3,600, and it's going to be from all the big three. You know what it's going to be called?
What?
The Microsoft Nintendo box. Anyway, moving on.
That was so was not. That wasn't even funny.
Moving on.
I'm laughing because it wasn't even funny. Go ahead.
So, one of the big things that's going on is there are a couple studios that I guess there are a few. Yeah, yours too. That's so weird. You on your end it does too. I know mine. I don't know. Stupid. Discord, get your shit together. Or maybe we'll just move to Skype. I don't fucking. Anyway, so there are a few studios. There are a few people that have gotten together, want to eliminate the toxicity that's happening in online gaming. Ubisoft, Blizzard, Riot, Microsoft, and Twitch are kind of advocates for this, to where they're creating new terms of services. They're banning people. They're cutting in-game rewards if you've been sanctioned, or they're just like I said, they're just banning you. You just can't play. I know some games they actually go as far as to jail you. Jail you means they'll match you up with other people that are kind of like you. Kind of like the in Grand Theft Auto 5. if you get caught cheating, they'll just put you in a server with a whole bunch of cheaters. The only thing about that is they make it known. But in other games, I don't want to bring up Killer Instinct again, but Iron Galaxy does that as well. If you're pulling the plug on too many matches, or just not finishing your matches, they'll jail you. They'll match you up with people that have similar issues, and it can range from 24 hours to 48 hours to a week, weeks, however long they want to do. So what do you think about this censorship, and do you think this is the solution to an issue that's been going on since, I'd say, the Xbox Live days, back when we were on Xbox 360?
Okay, so
all 12-year-olds were fucking someone's mother. Do you think this is the answer to that?
I think that okay, so to piggyback on what you're saying, so Microsoft actually went back later this week and said we're just reinforcing it. So it's always been a part of the terms of service as far as them censoring the voice chat, as far as how what you say, how you say it, and stuff like that. But I think that we're getting to a point where you're starting to see a lot of these developers take more initiative to say, hey, we don't want this toxicity in our community, where you got Overwatch that are actually taking notice and saying, hey, listen, the players that you report to us as being toxic or having this behavior, we're actually dealing with them. And you got Siege. Well, Siege being the main game too, banning cheaters, but also taking notice in the chat about, very, very, toxic behavior as far as your wording, what you're saying, racial slurs. They're taking notice in that and saying, hey, we're gonna ban you for saying this. Now, I think the chat makes sense. To me, the chat makes more sense than the voice. How are you going to regulate voice? You can't really say, hey, I'm going to ban you just based off of what you're saying. Chat is different. You can put a filter on chat. You can say, this is what I want to be in my chat. If anybody who says this, they need to be either timed out or banned. I understand that.
Yeah, what Ubisoft does is they actually check your chat logs. I know for a fact they do this in Siege. If a player gets reported too many times, the support team will go back into and check the time of the report and check your recent chat history. And if you're just like spewing off N-words and types of crazy shit, then they'll be like, okay, yeah, we caught you. Yeah, and then people will go on the Steam forums and complain, and then people will be like, well, you literally typed this in the chat. How are you going to fight that? We have the proof right here.
Right. And I just think that I think that it could be a good or bad thing. I think that they're trying to shape the way that they want their community, as far as they don't want toxic players in there. And if you're going to be toxic, keep it to yourself. I mean, there's nothing like, I remember those Xbox 360 days where I'd be on voice chat and then you can hear some random person just yelling out the N-word or, saying, you're an F, all kinds of obscenities. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I got used to it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. It's funny when you think about it, because Xbox Live is notorious for having 13 or 14-year-olds yell obscenities in the chat just because they know they can, or some find it as being edgy. And I'm like, cool, whatever. It's funny. But now we're getting to a point where video games are becoming more accessible, and the communities are becoming more broader and bigger. And now you're getting the attention of esports. If your game it can be competitive, esports. So I think from more of a standpoint for the developer, I guess they're trying to shape the communities so that way it's more brand friendly and not known for the toxicity. Because if you look at all these games that we think about that are competitive, most of them are toxic. When you get into their chat, when you play with the other players, hell, me and you both know from playing Siege, players that get killed for choosing the wrong person. They'll team kill you if you choose the wrong person, and that's how it is. It's the dumbest shit ever. But because the fact that friendly fire is on, then that really this on a developer then for you having friendly fire on in the first place. Why would you put that kind of feature in the game? You're promoting toxicity in your game by putting that in the game itself. That doesn't make sense.
But that's kind of, the game is a tactical shooter, so you don't want people just running and spraying. Like, I mean, I love friendly fire, not just because you can just pop one in the back of your friend's head when. It's just that, I mean, I understand why they put it in Siege. I mean, that's like a core mechanic of the game, and anything can be good, and you can see the developer's vision. It's up to the players to either ride with it or abuse it. And in some cases, not just saying Siege, but in some cases, a lot of people take the core game mechanics and use it against, or just take it in a way that it's not meant to be for the game, and it kind of fucks it up for other people, because Ubisoft was considering taking friendly fire out of casual. And one of the reasons I don't agree with that is because a game like Siege, it's meant to be played tactically and competitively, and it teaches bad habits to newer players. If someone's just coming in the game and they know they can and their aim isn't the best, they won't hurt a teammate. But if they go and that's just in casual. And then if they go in ranked with those same practices, then you're going to that's just fuel for you being raged at.
Yeah.
Your friendly fire is all over the place. So I see the pros and cons. There's definitely trade-offs for that.
No, definitely. I definitely agree with you, and I think that, you know, saying that, you know, those kind of mechanics are in the game, but you know how gamers are. You know how anything can be interpreted the way you want it to be interpreted. So I think friendly fire is a stupid thing in the first place. But I understand. It's a stupid thing to me, but I understand. All in all, again, it's about capitalism. It's really just about the top dollar. Is this game marketable? Is this game a brand? Is it a good brand to get behind? So I see where we're going. Overwatch banning. I see where Overwatch is going. I see why Overwatch is what they're doing. They got their own league. You've heard about the bans they put on players. You can see where they're going as far as in the direction with Xbox, because they're trying to be more brand friendly. They're trying to be more kid friendly.
I mean, yeah, but there should also be an option to opt into that or just not be. Because I mean, let's be honest. The way me and you speak to it, that'll probably get us banned if Microsoft goes in our chat log. There have been many times where I'll be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing that?" And shit like that. Some people might take offense to that. Other people are just like, that's just the way we talk. So and it also depends on the game, I guess. Because what's the game that? Well, I guess Fortnite. You party up with people in Fortnite, and someone's just raging at you so hard, and it's like, dude, we're just playing. There's no competitive mode. We're just building, shooting people. Calm down.
Yeah,
seriously.
That's true. And again, that can be interpreted as a lot of things. But again, we're talking about a brand. We're talking about how you want your game to be seen. And it's already bad enough how video games as a whole is seen as being violent in nature, when that's not the truth. They've done reports on it. But I'm not going to dive into that portion of it, the politics of that. But I'm just saying, like, how censorship is needed, but then it's not kind of needed. It's needed in certain places where, okay, so you go into a chat room, and I don't know if you've ever played CSGO. I play CSGO. That's probably going to get as toxic as you can think of. Every word, even people's emotes, or even not emotes, even people's their pictures in general are just like, damn. So if you're not ready for the toxicity, don't go in the game. But they want people to be invited into the game. When the game has a stamp of being toxic, it's kind of hard to go in the game. Gears of War 4, any Gears game, shit.
Oh, Gears is just a sweaty competitive.
Oh my gosh! Like, listen, Gears is like the worst game to go into, because if you absolutely don't know and you have your chat on, people will literally hate speech you to death. You suck. Get the fuck off this. You should turn your X.
Yeah, and see that's a hypocrite of me because I mean I've been playing online since Gears 2, so I'm kind of used to it, and I don't say I agree with it. I don't say that I actually advocate that. I don't advocate that in any kind of game. There will always be beginners in whatever game you play, no matter what stage in the game's life it's in. But I kind of understand why, because like I said, Gears is a really competitive game. You can play the story mode in Gears with your friend or your girlfriend. You play with anyone in co-op, and it's just run, shoot, take cover, run, shoot, take cover, kill the alien. Right?
Right.
It gets a little bit deeper than that when it's more than just rock paper scissors the goose online. So and there's a lot of skill involved to be good in games. Pretty much what I'm saying. So I kind of get where I kind of get where that comes from. I mean, I don't want to say I advocate it,
but to say this, but we're not talking about how competitive Gears is as a whole. To say that not even the entry level of Gears, let's just say the community itself, how welcome the community can be. We know I'm gonna be honest with you, the first community I ever felt really, really welcome in, Warframe. I keep saying Warframe. Warframe's community is inviting. There hasn't been an asshole I've ran across where I'm just like, damn, I really don't want to play this game because of this person, or damn, you're being stupid for no reason. Warframe's community is a prime example of, hey, this is what I like to see out of a community. And I think to the credit of the developers, they made it that way to where, hey, we're giving incentives for people to be not toxic and help people understand, because let's be honest, the ceiling for Warframes, I mean, the learning curve for Warframe is very high. And you don't want people or players, you don't want to
say steep. That shit is not easy.
It's steep. It's steep. So you don't want players who already going to Warframe saying, I don't understand the economy. I don't understand the duality of how everything works. I don't understand this. You don't want them going into there and then the community's already like, what are you doing, dude? Get out of here. Then you're chasing them off. So I think that if anybody can take it and make it a great thing, a great community, you should take it from Warframe and look how they're doing it, how they're bringing in players. But again, Warframe's not a competitive game. It's not competitive in nature. It's more of a grind game. It's more of
I want to stop you real quick. I don't want to interrupt you. I just want to stop you because I mean, I agree with you. I partly agree with you with what you're saying. The community in Warframe is, for the most part, very, very welcoming. They will help you. They will tell you what you need to know. They will tell you what you don't need to know. They will tell you what to go for, what to stay away from, what you should do as a starter, everything in that. At the same time, they had to do it like that. They had no other choice because the onboarding in that game for new players is absolutely horrible. You can boot up the game and not know what the fuck is going on. You don't.
But the same.
Everything has a weird Warframe name. You don't know. The
same can be said about other games too. The ceiling for other games is high as well. You can say you can go into any other. It's the same thing for other games, but then you get new players in it, and they say, "Oh, I don't know what's going on. I'm a new player. What are you doing, new player? Shoot and kill you for friendly fire." The same thing. I'm telling you, it's the same thing. So for me to be all the way transparent, I have to say, okay, let me take what I know about the game currently and what I didn't know about it when I first started. So now I know, okay, this is what I need to do, as opposed to when I first came in the game and I didn't know. I was brand new. Even playing Siege, I was kind of hesitant to pick up Siege because I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't want to get into this game and be turned away. Luckily, I'm not one of those gamers I'm like, I'll just quit because people are being assholes. No, I want to learn how to get good at it. I want to be good at it. Luckily, we do have games that are solo games that aren't competitive games that you don't have to worry about a community. You can play Bloodborne. You can play Dark Souls. Those games are brutally tough, but there are a lot of online guides and there are forums, which are kind of communities that will help you. Hey, this is what you need to do, or you can watch walkthroughs on how to get through bosses. But when we talk about a community, we're talking about, hey, we're going to help you. We're not going to be assholes if you don't know what you're doing, or what are you doing in this mode? Why you have that weapon? It's more about how the community welcomes new entry level players, not how competitive it is. It's not about that. It's never about that. Unless the way I feel about it is, unless you're an esports player, there's no reason for you to be hounding on somebody unless you are competing for actual cash, for an actual incentive. If you're not competing for an actual incentive, there's no reason for you to even be hounding somebody about that thing if they're brand new. Why are they even playing this game? They're playing it because it's accessible and they like the game. They like the way it looked. That's how we kill all conversations about toxicity. We say we want this game to be.
I mean, yeah, but no, because once again, I feel like this whole topic is a tricky one to absolutely nail, because you do have things like fighting games, which also have a very high skill ceiling. Anything that's competitive, that has a low barrier for entry but a really high skill ceiling, you're gonna attract people that just want to talk shit and just think they know everything.
That's true.
You're gonna want people that are just like, why the fuck are you doing that? Do it like this. You're doing it. You're playing the game wrong. However you want to play it, whatever reason you came in to enjoy your time in this game, you're doing it wrong. So you're always gonna have those. So we're gonna have to.
You're always going to have.
We're not going to have the answer.
That's true.
It really goes. It's so many avenues you can take on why people are assholes, why some communities show you tough love, and why other ones are really welcoming with open arms.
I agree with you, but then I also say, to retort that, to say, hey, why can't we have people the fighting community? That's actually a good example. The fighting community, when you look at as a whole, these fighting tournaments, people are talking cash shit. That's what it is, because it's competitive in nature. You're going to talk crap to your opponent to get in their head. It's more of a psychological thing at the end of the day with fighting games. But when we're talking about team-based games too, team-based games are like, hey, you're on our team. Let us show you the right way. Fighting is more of a singled out thing. It's more of a you know what you're getting into. You know exactly what you're getting into. And when you get into this, when I kick your ass, I'm gonna let you know I kicked your ass, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I'm gonna keep kicking. I'm gonna keep trolling you. I'm gonna keep cheesing you with the same fucking move until you understand what you're doing wrong. That's how fighting communities are. But at the same time, they attract a large crowd. You don't have to really worry about a community being built around. It's competitive.
Yeah, people like drama. People like seeing who can beat who. That's why we have a goddamn Batman versus Superman. That's why we have superhero movies.
Exactly.
That's why we have shit like that. People always want to know who's better.
But what I'm saying is that for that avenue of games, now you don't have to really worry about the community. You just have to worry about you're just worrying about the game itself. For a fighting game, you just got to worry about the mechanics, the graphics, making sure that the servers are good, making sure your net code is good. If it's online based, that's all you really have to worry about. The community is just going to talk shit about the game itself. They're not talking shit on each other. They're talking shit about the game itself. So for fighting games, you don't have to worry about the community because you're not playing on the team. It's not team based.
You do, because you need someone to fight against. You don't trigger me, boy. You need people to talk to. You need people to get gameplay scene alive, because it's a lot deeper than the online wars. And there is a whole FGC, the people that fly from city to city and go to events and they actually do things for a living, that they study the ins and outs of the games for a living. I mean, you got Pro Tour, you have Final Round, you have KIT, you have Evo, you have pretty much the whole fighting game esports scene. Is getting really big, but we're spending too much time on this topic. We need to move on to the next. So let's just end it with people will always be toxic.
People will always be toxic. That's right. But
Microsoft and Riot and Ubisoft and everyone is doing to fight it. It's a good first step. It's not going to negate that at all. Something needs to be done about people being assholes. I mean, even if you want to throw in IP bans or people. Microsoft is taking it as far as being like, hey, whatever DLC you bought, whatever Xbox Live you bought, you just threw your fucking money away because you want to be an ass. That's a good first step.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I just feel like, again, we gotta you got to police the community, have the community police itself, and then also have perimeters around it. Toxicity is going to be around as long as we allow it, so there's really nothing you can do about it. But on to the next topic.
Yeah, you and this martial law way of thinking. The next topic: games as a service versus annual and biannual releases. Would you prefer games be treated like pretty much? I would say Ubisoft. Ubisoft is fucking killing it with Siege and Division and Wildlands. They pretty have games as a service nailed down. Would you rather have games that come out once every 3 to 4 years and just have constant updates evolving the game? Would you rather have things like Call of Duty or Battlefield?
Okay, so this is where
game, few DLC.
I have the perfect solution. Not even a solution. There are games that do not need another game to be put out annually. I'm sorry. And this is when I used to play sports games a lot. Still kind of do, but Madden, 2K. I am sorry. I am sorry for, who's ever watching this now or presently or in the future. Listen, we do not need an annual release of Madden or 2K. I'm sorry. All they need to do is update the fucking roster. That's all they need to do. We do not need an update of Madden. I stopped playing Madden back in 2010. I was like, I'm done with this game. But to say that, no, you don't need have a season pass or something. Jesus Christ. I don't want to. Certain games, Call of Duty, Call of Duty's been kind of getting by with it, like annual releases, but I think
they can do that though because their games are pretty different.
Their games are different and they're done by different studios. It's done by different studios, but you're talking about what are we adding on to the game? What's different? What's completely different about this game than the game we released last year under the same name or same the same damn brand? What's different? I think that Ubisoft has definitely keyed it in and said, all right, so we have a game that we're releasing and it can come out to be absolute shit at first, but give us time. We're going to fix everything we have on it. Give it time. We're going to develop everything we have on it. Ubisoft has definitely, and I agree with you 100%, Ubisoft has knocked it out the park. You talk about games like For Honor, The Division, Siege. Those 3 games alone have to have netted in at least Ubisoft's large amount of their what is the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, especially Siege. Siege is huge everywhere.
I'm saying
it's ridiculous.
Like that had to account for some of their budget. I'm talking about it was a large amount of what they made last year.
Some of their annual income.
Because Siege, when you look at Siege, look at all the updates. When Siege first came out, it was at the end of 2016, and there's still updates annually for it, or bi-weekly for it. Like Siege,
people are still genuinely excited for it. And just to digress for a second, just to key off of that, I think it was last year EA said that they made marginally more off of microtransaction than they did actual game sales. So there you go. You just put out a game and just trickle out the content over the years, and people will still play it.
Exactly. So
the quality, even if your quality isn't there in the first place, just fix it up a little and make it evolve, make it better than what. Once again, God damn it, Warframe. Next podcast we're not going to bring up Warframe. We do it's going to be once. We're not going to bring up Warframe.
Oh, we're going to bring up Warframe. Warframe, prime example.
Dog shit when it came out, right? Look at it now. That's all I'm going to say about Warframe. Warframe, you're good. But games like that, be it they're mostly shooters, or some of them do have a competitive edge. There's a competitive For Honor scene. Like, what the hell? But there are millions of people playing For Honor. Millions of people still playing For Honor. No one ever talks about it. But there are millions of people playing that game. Ubisoft has absolutely nailed it. Exactly. For some games it does well. For Call of Duty, it, like you said, it doesn't. It doesn't. For sports games, I would argue and say that I actually can't argue at all because I don't games. The last sports game I actually was into was one of the street games, and there's no competitive scene.
Okay, so with sports games, there is a competitive scene for sports games as far as Madden goes. It's just not as it's not as popularized as Overwatch or a Call of Duty would be. But now we're talking about games getting these updates and these graphical packages and whatnot. For sports games, you don't really need it that much. I'm not saying that. I mean, there's marginal features that they add on here and there, but there's nothing that's going to make me say, oh, because they got this new feature in the sports game, I got to go lay down another $60 for it. No. I think, and this is what I've been saying, and for a lot of games, this model can go into it. You have it like a MOBA, like League of Legends or whatever the hell they have. You pay a monthly subscription for that game, right? You pay a monthly subscription. You pay a base amount for the game.
You mean MMOs or MOBAs?
MMOs, my bad. MMOs. So you pay a base amount for the game, or the game can be free to play, or whatever. Well, you pay that, and then there's a monthly fee on top of that for admin and service, keep the servers up, and then any updates. You keep paying it, and once you stop paying it, you can still play it, but you're not going to have the new feature. I think that you shouldn't have it to where you're laying down $60 for a sports game that only has 2-3 new features in it, where you get these games and they're not really polished enough. It's just like they're updating it with new rosters. Most of the time it's the rosters that are updated. And I'm not trying to shit on the sports gaming scene. I just think that a lot of these games could kind of just be rolled into a subscription package, or just not have a annually release of it every year. Some of these games don't need it. I think games as a service is going to do well as long as it's executed perfectly. And for sports games, I think games as a service definitely do that one well. Now when we talk about Ubisoft has been doing it well because they've always went back to a game where they seen the community was excited for it, they were ready for it, and they've always said, we dropped the ball on this one, so we're going to make up for it. We're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. So
yeah, but how do you tell the current sports, the people that play sport? How do you tell that player base, this is the last Madden or 2K you'll need to buy? We're going to a yearly model. How do you get that across without pissing off the vast majority of the player base? How do you say that that game that you only buy once a year? We're either going to have a yearly. We're going to move to a service model where we pay for it monthly, or you pay for it monthly, or 3 months, 6 months, or whatever, or you just buy it once yearly, and we're just going to gradually update it. How do you get? Because I don't know the player base. I don't know what that's like. How do you get that across without pissing people off? And I mean this because, we all know people that only play one type of game. We're not gonna go there. We all know people that play one type of game, and it seems like some of those people that play Madden or 2K or whatever, they'll be like, that's the game. Like, you buy a PlayStation, you get one of those games, and on top of them already paying for a subscription to play online, how are you going to tell them that now they also need to pay for something else? Like, how do you get that across without pissing them off?
All right, so there's a lot of strategical marketing ways you can fit this in that actually make it fit. Now, over time, everybody's going to be abrasive. That's just what it is. The gaming community is always abrasive to new changes. That's how it is. That's in any kind of genre of gaming you're talking about. You whether it be shooters, whether it be MOBAs, whether it be MMOs, there's always going to be some kind of pushback. So I think the way that they want to roll it out is, you want to say, hey, listen, initially you'll get this. Because thinking about the promotion that you have to put out there for a sports game, that doesn't really make that, well, that's not going to really make that marketing budget back. But on the long run, it will, because you have You have people who are going to buy it year in and year out. Okay, you have the casual groups is what we call them. The casuals, they'll buy it year in and year out. It'll be the same marketing thing, and after a year it won't be worth shit. So I'm saying you can save. That's the truth. After a year, what I'm saying is that because you can put the marketing budget somewhere else and say we'll support the servers, we'll support new content, we'll support the roster updates. Everybody gets a roster update. It'll save the gamer more money in the long run. Because if you look at it from a standstill, those games get discounted within 2 months. Shit, games in general get discounted within a month. So me smacking down $60 for a sports game when it's going to be discounted in less than 60 to 90 days, what was the point of me putting down $60 so I can have it right then and there? No, you make more money off of saying here's a monthly fee. We'll add new updates. Whatever happens here you go. This is how we'll do it. We won't keep putting out a $60 game and just say fuck it. You take what you can get. That's how I feel. They're already adding season passes to sports games. To fucking sports games. Season passes for sports games. There's already, think about it, dude. There is already microtransactions for you to buy a player.
Yeah, I heard the microtransactions in 2K were disgusting.
They're disgusting. I think it'll
making money. You're making 2K money though.
It'll actually lessen the blow if you just say here's a monthly fee, you can pay for it, whatever. You don't have to worry about paying ridiculous amounts for microtransactions because it won't hurt as bad as you buy. Think about it. So you go to a new game and you have to say, oh shit, I got a new game now. I gotta pay some more money for a new game. You can already be established. Hey, let's not do that anymore. You play the same game. You keep your same progression. You're just upgrading your player. You're getting updates here and there. I feel like games for a service would do it justice to sports games because it's saving you money in the long run and it's saving the developers money in the long run. It's everybody wins in that case. I think Ubisoft is learning, hey, let's not put out if we put out a shitty game that has a hype behind it, let's not leave it dead in the ocean like some developers. I'm not going to go into that, but like some developers, we're going to keep supporting it until we can't support it no more. I think that I was reading somewhere where they were like actually DLC is a lot to actually make. It's a lot of money to actually put DLC into the game. Well, if you just have these updates, then you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about it. But I like games as a service though. I don't think we should stop that motto.
I mean they're fine as long as the way they monetize it isn't disgusting.
Yeah, I think the microtransactions. I think Battlefront was horrible. I think that game should be like.
I mean they just brought them back like this week. Either they brought them back this week or they just announced them back. Everything is just going to be cosmetic, just like most games should be, just like Titanfall was. There's no pay to win bullshit. It's just everything's cosmetic.
Right.
But yeah, I do agree on. I mean that would be a good way to introduce it. You made a good point of where you said you tell the people what they get up front. Like let's say if you buy the last, let's just call it the last Madden game for the sake of discussion. You buy the last Madden game that you're going to need to buy, and you say you purchase this, and this is what you get up front.
Right.
But in one calendar year, this is what we plan to do, and this is what you have the option to pay for. I feel like that's the easiest way to kind of ease it in, just kind of lube people up and just make just slide up in there and just make it
yeah, I mean, somebody's gonna get fucked at the end of the day, but it's just how easy the transition is. But exactly. we're just trying to say, hey, this is a lot easier, and you're not spending as much money as you would on a full-fledged $60 game. And it just helps. I would honestly rather play a game that's supported and it's gotten updates, it's well polished, than buying a brand new game where shit is broken on day one. I don't want
and
to. Or have a fucking day one patch. That shit is ridiculous. You have a day one patch for a game? Come on, fam. You had how? No. Just give me the game well polished. Keep it that way.
It's also not easy because then the developer has to have value for the player. The player has to see it as valuable, and also the publisher has to make it profitable. That's kind of because they want the most money out of the game. So you got to kind of. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up here. 2 more topics. We're not going to go over those because we're scraping an hour. Housekeeping. First thing in order, housekeeping. What do we have to announce? There might be a Gears event next week. 5 simultaneous streams. We're doing I probably shouldn't say anything yet.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
But I don't know where else to promote this. Let's just say if it's not next week, it's coming up soon. There's going to be a giant ass giveaway. We are in partner with so many other streamers. We're working on something that's going to be a big Gears event. You're going to be winning codes to games. You're probably going to win a few Gears collections codes. You're going to be winning Amazon gift cards. You'll know in advance when we set it up. What else?
My subscription.
I'm not done. I'm the champion.
Got it. Anyway, my sub giveaway is tomorrow.
What are you giving away?
My sub giveaway, it's gonna be something big. Just be there. I'm gonna do all my subs. If you are a sub, please be there Saturday. You know how I get down on Saturday. I do early streams. Yeah, I just wanted everybody to be there. I want to just thank you guys. We killed our sub goals.
You're welcome.
Thanks, MJ. Yeah, we definitely killed our sub goals. And I think again we're shaping the channel, we're shaping the community. We want to weed out whatever bullshit we need to weed out, but that's for another topic here. Me and MJ
there will be literal house clean. We'll be getting banned. There's been a lot of bullshit running rampant. Yeah. I'm not gonna point any elbows, but
yeah, no, we're definitely trying to shape the community because we're I don't know if you guys understand what SweepKick is, but we're about just like pure content and pure like just getting down to what gaming is, and not even just gaming. We can talk about whatever topic, but right now we're keeping it narrowed down to gaming. But at the same time, I don't got time to mess around with anybody like that. So I'm telling you this right now. We're gonna keep it cordial. We're gonna keep it mature.
Keep the community cordial, friendly. Let everyone get along.
Everybody get along.
Those who don't won't be in the community.
You will not be in this Christian server anymore.
There you go. There you go. No religion. You broke a rule. There you go.
No church in the wild. We don't play that.
You can break your own rules. That's fine. Yeah. I didn't know that was a rule.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Oh, and I guess I should kind of spoil it. So what I've been recording lately is a ton of Warframe. This is the last fight. Where to go? You know what? This is why it's going to be the last time. We haven't put out a new video on the YouTube in a while, and I finally came up with the idea. I play so much fucking Warframe. I know about Warframe, and we spoke about the onboarding earlier. I'm going to make a basic ass video that says how to start Warframe. The onboarding. I don't know what the title is yet, but I'm getting everything you need together, all the plot points you need to get together. So whenever we're playing Warframe and someone new shows up, they're like, "Hey, what is this game? It looks really fun. How do you play it?" Throw the fucking link in the chat. Be like, "Here, watch this shit. Just watch this." And then they'll be like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to join."
I would love to see that video.
There you go. Exactly. We're going to do that. We're going to have a recruitment link so we can recruit all the 10 we need to. And then we're going to get partnered. And then we're going to get, a lot of sexy Lotus bitches. They're going to love us. Exactly. Warframe for dummies. God damn it. Damn it. That's way better than what I didn't come up with. But yeah.
That's okay. We'll blank it out.
That's going to be the next video. And then we actually have a lot of off time coming up. It's total transparency. I have a lot of off time, so I have a lot of time to record, a lot of time to write a script, a lot of time to get my ideas together. So the next video that'll be posted on the channel will be a Warframe for Dummies. And I just made that up all by myself because I'm the smartest person on this channel. I'm the champion. And that's just how
Mark Zuckerberg got this bitch.
I have no idea who that spectacular individual is. I'm sure I'm not as rich as me because I'm the champion.
Yeah, anyway, guys, definitely me and MJ got a lot more to come.
Ooh, promotion. This weekend we are playing A Way Out because you can only play that game co-op. Saturday and Sunday will be if you want to watch the game, you have no fucking watch the game. You have no choice. Come watch us play A Way Out. I gotta make a new overlay. Shows who's doing. Yeah, we're both gonna be playing A Way Out. It's a game. It's pretty much the screen is split in half vertically. One half is one person playing, the other half is the other person playing, and it's a prison break story. It's a prison break story, and I have no idea how it'll go because if we're in prison, I would not trust Casey to bail us out. So stay tuned for that. That's happening tomorrow. All right, I'm done. That's all the promotion I have. Follow my channel, Ultra MJ. You already do it.
Yeah, follow MJ as well. Follow Ultra MJ.
I need those fucking follow. I'm trying to get affiliated.
But yeah, anyway, guys, like I was saying before, we got a lot more coming. This video should be uploaded tomorrow. I promise it's gonna be uploaded tomorrow. And then what else? What else I'm about to think?
I'm saying we got the.
I'm trying to say we got the channel
Gears event.
Gears coming up.
Gears No Way Out tomorrow. The video soon to be Warframe for Dummies that I just I'm so clever I made that up myself. I'm the champion.
And house cleaning. We're not fucking around. We're definitely not fucking around.
We all know that. Let's be real. There's some people that come in the chat that are really active but aren't exactly cultivating in the community that we're trying to build, and we don't want to set a bad precedent for what goes on. So a lot of that shit's going to be cut out. Yeah, we're friendly. Yeah, a lot of shit, but there is a line that you can cross. There is a certain level of etiquette that you need to have, and we understand we deal with a lot of young people, but we're not here to babysit.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. But
just to be 100%, we're here to play games, talk about games, just give people content, and just we really try to be cool. We really do. But we're also human beings. We're not robots. We're not drones. We're not programmed to deal with bullshit. Because if there's one thing that we want to get across is authenticity. That's why we play whatever we want to play. That's why we say whatever we want to say. That's why me and Casey go back and forth like we want to. We want to give you 100% authenticity and as much transparency as we can have. So as long as
big on the transparency.
Yeah, as long as that's being said and as long as people can respect that, we can all be cool. We can all have fun. And that's that, because that's going to lead me into a whole nother tirade that I don't want to go into. Can't drop names. Twitch terms of service. Give me my fucking affiliate. Yeah, that's it. All right, I'm done. That's
okay, guys. Yeah, man. Y'all know what I say. SweepKick Nation. Before we go anywhere, I want to thank all my day ones, all my subs, all the followers, everybody who's came to the chat. Please support us, because we definitely support you. I do giveaways. I support you guys 100%. If you want to be a part of the community, definitely join our community. Definitely. I'm not deterring you. Just don't promote your shit in our chat. Other than MJ. MJ is the only person who can promote his shit in the chat because it's going back to us. But if you are active, then I might give you a pass. But other than that, I want to say, you guys enjoy your weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow. MJ will be streaming tomorrow as well. And hey man, if you haven't followed, you're missing out. SweepKick Nation.
I am the champion.
We out. If you don't ever fucking say that in my